Okay. As I'm starting this video, I'm kind of judging in my mind if I want to even explain this or for what reason I could be trying to kind of, okay. I mean, yeah, I'll say master or try to get the hang of. I'm trying to get the hang of an Australian accent, which is kind of funny that I am watching Major Kill. Now, I need to try to master at least an accent for a completely different reason that I could give context on at a much later date. But for now, I've figured out that, you know what, let's just do the intro and I'll get to that little side note quickly. I already wasted a lot of time, but welcome back to another video. This is 10 interesting things in Warhammer 40k lore that you've probably never heard of. So to the Warhammer 40k people, let's see what you guys may have not known and what I will absolutely not know, probably, maybe, and well, yeah, because I'm sure Major Kill went in, or tried to find the 10 just most random things, but did I already say welcome back, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sending out a lot of love. If you want me to react to anything, send it down below in the comments. But remember, sometimes comments get lost, so I'm sorry if it does, but I will try to sift through as many as I can. And Twitter and Instagram for updates are the best place to find me. But like Twitch lives, donations, anything, all links are down below. So check the description whenever you get the chance. And yeah, let's just hop in. Oh, wait, actually, now I ruined what I was going to say. So yeah, I'm trying to get an Australian accent down. I don't want to butcher it because I have a lot of Australian peeps that watch me. And actually, Australian peeps that hang out with me during stream. I love you guys. I feel like Australian people are just mad fucking cool. But, yeah, you guys are really dope. Now, there was actually only ever one who watched my metaverse video, and that's a long story. I don't know if the comment is still there, but if you want to go see the comment, you go find that video and know what I'm talking about. But nonetheless, it's okay. It's one person. I'm not going, don't worry. But I was going to do this video. I was going to try to do it in an Australian accent the entire time, but I'm not going to lie. It's a little bit nervous. I know there's going to be quite a number of you who watch this video. I don't want to butcher it, but I need to practice an accent. I feel like Australian is the one I'm most familiar and comfortable with doing, and I can snap in and out of it. Should I do this entire video in a fucking Australian accent or try? Nah, I don't know. Let's see. Let's just watch this video.
And gal, the Warhammer setting. G'day, guys and gal. The Warhammer setting is old, like really old.
You know, like. I just want to say, like, are you guys familiar with Vertigo Gaming? And I'm glad I stopped because I don't have it on screen. See, nice catch, right? You know how Vertigo Gaming is like, oh, I don't want to do it. Oh my god, I'm so nervous to do it because it's like you guys are gonna hang me in the comments. I feel like. You know how Vertigo Gaming is like, what do you hear? What do you say? But I can't. I'm not even. Oh man, Vertigo. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm sorry. You know what? Let's just continue. Let's not talk about it. It never happened.
Gal. The Warhammer setting is old, like really old. Decades of storytelling, dozens of books, and a lot of fluff that has been lost to the ages. For a lot of things, that's a positive. Early Warhammer lore was
I love
weird,
the fucking Australian accent.
Kinda shit. Horus was just a cranky dude instead of a Primarch. The Custodes walked around naked for a while, and Timmy wasn't beaten to near death on the daily.
Oh, that's
However,
horrible.
for some lost lore, it was a massive shame. High quality content that just no one seems to know about. Some of this relatively unknown lore isn't even that old, but for whatever reason just isn't commonly known, despite how awesome it is. Well, wasn't commonly known until today. The lore you will see in this video will give you a new appreciation for the Warhammer setting. Some of it is very interesting and original, some of it is funny, and some of it will shake the very foundations of your being. Or maybe not, but a bit of dramatic flair never went astray.
True.
Before we get started, without sounding like a self-absorbed Slaneshi simp, a lot of people do ask me, Major Kill, how do you dedicate most of your life to Warhammer and not become a fat sweaty neckbeard? The answer is simple. I've found various healthy foods that are super easy and convenient to prepare and consume. The best example of this is Magic Spoon, a range of cereals that emulate the taste and texture of your favorite childhood cereals without the whole, enough sugar to give you diabetes thingo. Like at 14 grams of protein and absolutely zero sugar, the macros on Magic Spoon are unreal. If you've been watching this channel for a little while, you would know that Magic Spoon is a product that I genuinely use. Usually they send creators this much product for demo, but I was like, nah, give me more. So they sent over this as well. So if you want a delicious, nutritious, and nostalgic variety of cereal.
So while he's delivering this entire thing on the cereal, I just wanted to say, there's the funny part. Like, I'm starting to realize with watching his videos, I see the part of him that is trying to deliver the most like edgy jokes and like sometimes trying really hard to deliver the edgy joke. You see the bit of seriousness behind his writing or whatever he put and scripted together to deliver it to you serious, though, like to try to be a lore master, as many of you call him.
Then use my link and code MAGICUL below for $5 off any order. Cheers to Magic Spoon for sponsoring this video. Today we'll go over the various bits of lore that you probably haven't heard of in Warhammer 40k. This video will be more of a collection of lore tidbits rather than one smooth flowing thing. If this does well, then I do another part. Also, I do need to shout out the 40k lore subreddit, as most of the lore in this video I learnt from reading into various excerpts and references from there. Hey, just because all the Warhammer subreddits fucking hate me doesn't mean I can't extract some kind of value out of them. Let's get into it.
They don't like him? Oh man. I so want to get a channel intro.
The first tidbit of unknown lore is about Fulgrim, that raped snake man. Fulgrim has been AFK from the setting for a long time, only popping up once to get absolutely dunked on by the Giga Chad Rylanor. So what has he been doing for 10,000 years? Well, as much as I'd like to say he's just been beating his meat the whole time, it's actually a bit more interesting than that. See, Fulgrim transformed his pleasure planet into an exact replica of Chemos, which is his home planet. He then kidnapped millions of people and basically recreated his Primarch origin story, reliving his early days in exact detail. Once he had gotten bored, he killed everyone, then kidnapped another couple million to do it all again. Except this time he would take on a new role. Maybe this time instead of the savior Primarch, he would be the oppressive overlord. He would roleplay for a few years, get bored, kill everyone, jerk off for a while, then rinse
and do it all over again.
It got
Oh
so
my
bad
gosh.
that his pleasure planet now has literal mountains of corpses from all his discarded toys. So if you ever feel bad about procrastinating or just being lazy, remember that Fulgrim killed millions just so he could relive his childhood. While we're on the topic of Slaanesh, there is a wacky bit of lore, which is basically that there's a planet which is one big fat motherfucker. The science behind this makes zero sense for a wide variety of reasons, but during the Abyssal Crusade, when a dumbass lord sent thousands of space marines to invade the Eye of Terror, resulting in the deaths or corruption of pretty much every space marine that went, some of them ended up on this fat man Slaaneshi planet. The planet also hosts a lot of Slaaneshi demons, and is even a homeworld for some noise marines.
I mean, looking at this, if you didn't know from the piercings and weird shit going on in the purple, if this wasn't a Slaaneshian planet.
It's incredibly grimderp. I'll allow it because it's fucking hilarious. Space Marines have a lot of incredibly unique abilities that you may not have heard of. Stuff like being able to put themselves into a hibernation cocoon, as well as the ability to spit acid, being some of the stranger examples. However, the secret ability you probably haven't heard of is their ability to consume flesh, blood, and brains of their enemy in order to relive the memories of the dead. As you can imagine, whilst this is super heavy.
Look at that. I feel so good about having watched his video because now I know that, and I just know exactly what he's referring to. That's freaking awesome.
It's also pretty fucking grim. Like, imagine you're a guardsman who's just been saved by some ultramarines. You look up to these glorious angels, and suddenly one of them is like, we need intel on where their base is. So the other Astartes a nod, then they just start fucking tearing into the dead, munching down their brains and shit. You would be like, bruh, maybe the flesh tearers do have a point.
I'm pretty sure they don't need that much. Speaking of Space
Marines, did you know that a number of well-known Chaos Space Marine characters are actually cultivators and connoisseurs of various alcohols? Ahriman owned a vineyard on Prospero before it got absolutely shat on, and he actually created very good wine. He was very proud of it. It was described as flavoursome and forceful, yet with enough
Okay, with that, like I keep saying, when do these motherfuckers have time to eat and drink? I have never even heard in the lore yet where there is a rest period. There seems like there is just war going on 25/8.
subtlety to surprise. He even implied that when the Great Crusade was over, he would dedicate his life to creating the best goddamn wine around.
Where is he? Where does he find the time to do this?
His own beverages as well. Unlike Ahriman though, Abaddon's drink was fucking shit. But Major Kill, the world eater that drank it genuinely enjoyed it. Yeah, well, world eaters also enjoy getting nails in their fucking brains, so I wouldn't really use them as a reference point.
Jesus.
Abaddon's drink consists of, I shit you not, adrenal gland fluid taken from living slaves, the tears of virgins, the blood of children, the corpses of psychers, as well as...
It's actually funny that he's saying this, because as soon as he started to go on to talking about the way this dude makes his drink, I said it's made from fucking people, isn't it? And so I don't even know why I'm acting so surprised.
The venom of the Neverborn, among other stuff. Abaddon actually tried to artificially create raw warp energy, but failed, hence turning the failed result of his experiments into his own moonshine. It was described as tasting like raw chemical engine coolant, and would instantly kill any non-augmented human who tried to consume it.
Fucking
so whilst
shit.
I'd probably opt for Ahriman's delicious wine, I still gotta give points to Abaddon for arguably the most complicated cocktail in the universe. The next lore tidbit refers to how
arguably the most complicated cocktail in the universe, or arguably the most fucking amount of random fucking ingredients. It did not even seem like this dude was following, like, it seemed like this dude had the fucking periodic table and was just picking certain fucking elements off the periodic table and just throwing them into a fucking cauldron of bullshit.
Bonkers the Imperium was during the Great Crusade.
Besides most of those fucking elements being the tears of virgins, and that is the part that actually makes it complicated, because that's a specific shopping list. So excuse me, but then explaining it like the coolant made me think of the periodic table. I don't even know why. Can't go back now.
The existence of hunter servitors. In order to help protect Terra and the Sol system, there existed large unique warships that were basically gigantic servitors. The ship's crews were servitors, the captain was a servitor, and the warship itself was a big-ass hunter servitor. Basically, the Imperium's version of having a drone, these ships could stay out in the void almost permanently, always looking for threats. They were also pretty off the books, so encountering one would always been of an unpleasant surprise. It does seem like a lot of them, if not all of them, were destroyed during the Horus Heresy, so it explains why you don't really see them referenced much, but still very interesting nonetheless. This next interesting part of the lore is more of an Easter egg than anything else, but that's totally fine. Fabius Bayer was born on Terra, in a place called Ingolstadt, Bavaria. I definitely fucked it up, but you know what I mean. Cool story, Major Kill.
Look at this motherfucker.
Do you know who attended the University of Ingolstadt? That's
I was actually just so mind boggled by the whole entire ship and the crew and the captain being servitors. That just like mind fucked me for a minute. I was actually stuck. So I gotta play this one back. So I was just like, what?
Fabius Bayer was born on Terra, in a place called Ingolstadt.
What was his name? Oh, did you know you could customize those, by the way?
But that's totally fine. Fabius Bayer was born on Terra.
Is it Fabius Bayer or is this shit fucking it up?
Terra, in a place called Ingolstadt, Bavaria. I definitely fucked it up, but you know what I mean. Cool story, Major Kill. But wait, do you know who attended the University of Ingolstadt? That's right, Victor Frankenstein. As Fabius is about as Frankenstein as it can get, literally Frankenstein with none of the moral dilemmas, plus a lot of futuristic tech, it's a nice nod to the story and a subtle Easter egg for one of the most infamous characters in the entire setting. Not a life-changing bit of lore, but it might give you some more appreciation for the old mate. Something, however, that actually is quite game-changing is the existence of an ancient and wildly overpowered language called Announcia. This forbidden and forgotten language is so powerful that when you speak it, it can crack your teeth, split your lips, and can even shatter your own jaw.
What are they, the fucking Dragonborns? They're like the Greybeards? Hold on. Well, I mean, speaking this shit would, I guess fuck your mouth into a million pieces, but at the same time, holy shit. What? This sounds cool as hell.
Why the fuck would you speak it? Well, whatever happens to you, whoever you speak it to ends up significantly worse. By speaking Announcia, you can rupture someone's internal organs, bind demons to your will without any form of ritual, and you can even turn yourself into a god if you know enough words. One guy was able to completely regenerate his body from a burnt husk back to peak health with only one sentence. The kicker...
So you literally could speak the words and then speak whatever he did to regenerate himself. Why not? Damn.
Is that you don't even need to be a psyker in order to use it, yet the power gained from Annuncia are often way more powerful than psyker abilities. Knowing Annuncia would be like having unlimited psyker powers without any drawbacks, as long as you knew Annuncia well enough not to have your jaw explode when you're attempting to
Pretty
speak
much,
it.
yeah.
So why isn't Annuncia more of a thing?
That
Well, like
sounds
I said,
sick.
it's a forgotten and lost language, maybe invented by the old ones to help shape the galaxy.
Oh,
A few
that's
bad
so
guys try to
cool.
basically put a dictionary of it together through extreme effort and a lot of heresy. And once they managed to do it, the Inquisition quickly destroyed it and put an end to their schemes.
Damn.
Sure, in the right
And
hands,
the Inquisition are the ones that like go in. They're like the special forces, right? I gotta try to remember them because the Inquisition was one of my favorite, I think, right? Or is it the Inquisitors? Damn. That actually hit me a little bit because I wanna make sure I'm saying the certain factions right, and I really do gotta go back and watch the factions, but like the ones who can order. Like he talking about the ones that can like have a planet just obliterated are the ones that went in and destroyed it? Because I see now that makes sense. But that's fucking crazy. I love this bit right here. This is one of my favorite of the 10 interesting things.
it could save
And I guess the Fat Man planet.
mankind, but in the wrong hands, it could doom it. As Warhammer
makes
is,
sense.
Warhammer, it's probably a good thing that it was suppressed. The bad guys
Probably.
always end up with the good stuff if the good stuff is allowed to exist.
Yeah, that's
Something a bit wholesome now. Did you know that Malkador collected and preserved many sacred artifacts from Earth? The Mona Lisa, the works of Van Gogh, the first ever clay pot made by humanity. These are just a few items in his secret museum. Other stuff include the first ever warp drive and the last Gutenberg Bible. It's a subtle, seemingly unimportant section of lore, but it gives a lot of context.
But it does give
to
a
the
lot of
type man
context,
Malkador
yeah.
is. It really humanizes him and makes him relatable.
So-
After all, if you were an immortal man second only to the Emperor, you'd probably collect some cool shit as well.
True.
Speaking of wholesome, did you know that the Emperor was not the oldest human alive during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy? Alanus Pius was even older, and the two were ancient friends. Despite the Emperor's purge of religion, Alanus remained a devout Catholic, and he continued to wear the cross despite religion being outlawed. The Emperor actually made an exception for Alanus because he respected him so much. I mean, it wasn't always sunshine and rainbows between them. I'm pretty sure
Or
Alanus
in
stabbed
the
the Emperor for being a
Warhammer.
dickhead once. But when the Emperor was mortally wounded by Horus, and Alanus stood in front of his old friend to protect him, he was still wearing his ancient cross. And finally, the last interesting bit of lore for this
That's
video.
nice.
You know Titsnitch, that extremely complicated scheming chaos god that loves to confuse people? Yeah, well,
Not at all. That's me. Why talk about the all father Titsnitch? Come on, Sinich, my boy.
he has a
My
crystal
thing?
labyrinth in his realm that is more or less impossible to escape from. It's basically a maze that is constantly changing and
That's right.
readjusting to throw you off
That's right.
and leave you trapped in there forever. It also has a guardian who riddles you with impossible riddles, and if you get it wrong, he eats you.
Oh
So-
my god. Sinich is literally the definition of if. Okay, I don't want to say that, but if you were to try. I shouldn't say that, but Sinich is my favorite. That's all I know.
Yeah,
That's
bit
all
of
I'm
a
saying.
challenging place to visit.
Love that.
Except for one person, a young girl and her small black dog.
Alice in the
Titsnitch's
Wonderland.
absolute surprise and shock, this little girl entered the maze, got all the riddle answers correctly, avoided all the traps and misdirections before completing the maze and leaving Titsnitch's realm. To this day, the Lord of Change is still baffled by the occurrence.
This wouldn't baffle me as the Lord of Chaos. I would understand that children's imaginations are the strongest thing here and need to be preserved and protected, and that's the thing about the imagination. The imagination is your strongest weapon, so it makes sense that a child would get through here more than an adult who's been programmed, so it just makes sense to me.
And he even asked his guardian what the fuck happened. The guardian said
So
he thinks
beast.
she cheated, but as the
Nah.
guardian is deaf, it's kind of hard to rely on him. It's unknown who or what the girl was. Some theories say it was
Alice
the
in the
Emperor
Wonderland.
taking the piss out of Titsnitch,
Oh,
whilst
could
others
be.
say it's an unknown cosmic being.
Could be an
It could also just be a lost little girl
No.
whose name
No, that is true. Hold on. It could be an unknown cosmic being, because if you know, like, if y'all have y'all ever seen Young Justice? I was actually just watching clips. I never watched it myself, but I think about this because they portray this in multiple different works of fiction too, as a little girl, like a little girl, or like even in Call of Duty, like wasn't the little girl controlling the zombies or that whole ancient thing? If you look, you can see the patterns and the signs in multiple things, and even like all the tentacles and stuff are giving me a real eldritch, old school H.P. Lovecraft feel. But that's
naivety towards her surroundings allowed her to
just
escape
look for the
them.
patterns.
But regardless, it's a fun and relatively unknown bit of lore from over 10 years ago.
There's like a little girl named Child in Young Justice.
From Warhammer lore that sets it apart and really shows the depth and complexity of a setting that is older than myself. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of cheeky hentai. What can I say? It's Christmas. Treat yourself. Hit the subscribe button and hit the real subscribe button.
God damn, Major Kill. Dude, I really like his videos. Like, I really enjoy his videos. Yeah, I really enjoy his videos. They keep me interested, and I feel like just listening to the lore and him tell it is just, I was going to say really crikey, and I was going to be instantly hated in that moment. Well, yeah, shout out to Major Kill again, and shout out to all the support and all the Warhammer videos. I'm glad I can keep remaining to entertain y'all, but like I said, I used to say this in older videos, and I don't say it much anymore because I've just been on the focus of just putting out content, creating, and just, I don't know, not giving up on myself, not doubting myself. To say in these videos, remember, at any time if you feel like you want to unsubscribe or anything like that, remember that you can do so. This will be in one video. I don't know if I'll mention this more, but I would say it in old videos. But yeah, just keep that in mind. You know. So other than that, yeah, I'm gonna head out of here, and no, I was gonna say it's been one hell of a ride, and I was gonna try to say it in an Australian accent. I'm just not even gonna go for it. I'll see y'all. Peace.